When Ruben Amorim took over at Manchester United, no one expected this player to survive the rebuild, never mind thrive in it. A few months into Amorim's reign, his role at the club looked even more uncertain. But fast forward to now, and Casemiro isn't just back, he's become Amorim's most important player. Not Bryan and Mbeumo, not Matheus Cunha, not Ahmad, heck, not even Bruno Fernandes. The 33-year-old Brazilian is fueling United's recent resurgence. From being written off as finished, from being told that the football had left him from a certain Jamie Carragher, to now dictating games, facilitating one of the Premier League's most exciting attacks, and setting the tone for this new Manchester United. Casemiro's revival under Ruben Amorim says everything about where this team is going, and we need to talk about it. Welcome back to TurkTalksFC. If you're new, be sure to subscribe to the channel for daily Man United content, like the video, and I want you to rate Casemiro's season out of 10 so far in the comments. Right, let's get stuck in. I know for a fact I wasn't the only Man United fan who thought Casemiro was done at Old Trafford. That's an understatement, actually. There was millions who thought that, right? That first half against Liverpool last season, the 3-0 defeat at home, atrocious. That seemed like the final straw. And Ruben Amorim clearly wasn't convinced either when he first came in. Casemiro played in just 4 of the first 13 Premier League matches under Ruben Amorim. He started 3 of them, and he was an unused substitute in the other 9. Amorim made an example out of Casemiro. He played Toby Collyer ahead of him in the pecking order. That would have stung. This is a 5-time Champions League winner. He arrived in an £80 million transfer. Do you know, it wouldn't have just stung. It was a public humiliation. A lot of players would have kicked up a fuss. They would have made a scene, but not Casemiro. This is the definition of a true professional. He said, nah, I'm not having this, and he got his head down, and he made sure that Amorim relied on him for his system to work. And you can't forget, he could have taken the easy way out. Saudi Arabia was calling as recently as the summer. Casemiro got an opportunity to reunite with Cristiano Ronaldo at Al Nassr, an opportunity to earn eye-watering riches that players with their entire careers ahead of them have taken without hesitation, rather than competing at the top level. But with a bruised ego, and without a doubt a hot head, Casemiro did want to stay at the top level. He didn't complain, he worked hard, continued to show true leadership off the pitch, as well as on the pitch when he got the chance to play. Now, he's undroppable, and I don't think anyone can contest that claim. From just 4 appearances in 13 games at the start of the Ruben Amorim era, to 7 starts in 9 Premier League games this season, and he would have started against Man City if he hadn't been travelling with Brazil just days earlier. He missed the Brentford game because of that admittedly very silly red card against Chelsea in the game before. But this actually strengthens the point of the video, because Man United lost 3-0 at Man City, and we lost 3-1 at Brentford. That's not a coincidence. Man United are an objectively easier team to score against and to play against when Casemiro isn't on the pitch. And I have the data to prove it. Man United, in all competitions this season, have conceded 16 goals, 14 in 9 Premier League matches, and 2 against Grimsby Town in the Carabao Cup. Casemiro was only on the pitch for 3 of those 16 goals. 19%, just 3 of them. He watched the other 13 from the bench or his sofa at home. 19%. I think we saw the best of what Casemiro has to offer this team against Brighton at the weekend. That's the inspiration for this video, really. Number 1, facilitation. Now, I was stood in the Stretford end and I was watching the game, and just in the thick of it, it dawned on me the level of attacking quality United had on the pitch at the same time against Brighton. We had Ahmad, Bruno Fernandes, Matheus Cunha, Bryan and Mbeumo, Benjamin Sesko, all balling out. Even Luke Shaw, Lenny Yoro and Matthijs de Ligt were pushing really high up the pitch and getting involved. How was that possible against such a dangerous team on the break like Brighton? It was Casemiro. He was holding down the fort, facilitating the entertainment, and we love him for it. 2, contribution. Casemiro wasn't just a facilitator against Brighton, he was a massive contributor. A goal, albeit a heavily deflected goal, but it's a goal nonetheless. And then the assist, he teed up Matheus Cunha for his first goal for the club, a massive moment. Casemiro doesn't just play for his defensive capabilities. We've seen him come up with clutch goal again and again. And there's also the aerial aspect that we can't ignore. Casemiro is so important to both attacking and defending set pieces. He's United's biggest aerial weapon with Harry Maguire and Benjamin Sesko. And again, it's no coincidence that United looked so assured in set pieces throughout the whole of that game against Brighton until Casemiro left the pitch. Brighton's second goal literally comes from Joshua Zirkzee losing his man on that corner. Header, goal, 3-2, the pressure's on. And 3, exclusion. It wasn't just set pieces where Casemiro's absence was really noticeable when he left the pitch. 70 minutes, I think it was, for Toby Collyer. United looked an entirely different team from the one that deserved to be 3, 4, 5-0 up at that point when he left the pitch. And Brighton capitalised on that. Granted, Brighton's momentum was sort of sparked by Patrick Dorgu's weak pass. That ultimately led to Danny Welbeck's mandatory goal against Man United. I think that's, 7-8 now against United since he left. The pressure was then on, and the game changed. But United lost all control without Casemiro. It was like an army had lost its general. And luckily, Bryan Mbeumo did what he does. He scored late on, his second goal of the game, to ease the pressure. But we were panicking for a bit, and Casemiro leaving the pitch, I think that was the trigger point. Ruben Amorim's comments after full-time in the Brighton game really do emphasise how dramatic Casemiro's resurrection has been at Old Trafford. He said, "He's an example for everyone. In the beginning, he was behind every midfielder, even Toby Collyer. But he fought and he worked, and now he's back in the national team. He's so important for us. Today, he ran a lot. He had to press so high and then return, and he's doing that. So I'm really pleased with him. And the other guys need to look at Casemiro. He understands that football can change really fast. You just need to work for me. If you are the best one, or I think you are the best one, to play the game, you are going to play the game if you do things right." And that right there serves as a really big message to the likes of Kobbie Mainoo, Joshua Zirkzee, the players who are currently out of favour. Ruben Amorim, to be fair to him, since he joined, he has maintained, if you work hard for me, if you show that you are ready to fight for this system, opportunities will arrive. Those opportunities didn't arrive for Marcus Rashford. It probably tells you why. Whereas the opportunity arrived for Casemiro, and we know why. He took that opportunity and then some. United have to be in the Champions League, or at least European football. It's shambolic that we're having to wait a week to watch this club play. I'm so excited about it right now. But if there is one beneficiary to the new schedule, it's 100% Casemiro. He turns 34 in February, and he is thriving with that 60-70 minute a week workload. If United's strong form continues, Casemiro has to play. I would not be surprised one bit if the momentum bursts as soon as he is missing through either an injury or, more likely, a suspension, given his habit of picking up yellow cards like there's no tomorrow. He may not be able to cover every blade of grass anymore, we know that. And he may on occasion get beaten by younger, quicker, more athletic, agile Premier League players. And yes, he gets booked far too much for those tackles where maybe he would have timed them perfectly 5 years ago. But you don't need data to see the positive impact that Casemiro has on this football team. His sense of control, positioning, aerial prowess, that will be a prominent factor if this United purple patch becomes an actual successful season. He's going to be at the heart of it. Thank you for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, please support the channel by subscribing and ding that notification bell so I can definitely see you again. Like the video and get involved in the comments. Comment something nice about Casemiro. Let's talk about Casemiro in the comments. Thanks for watching again. I'll catch you in the next one.